Right. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing? We're live for Aston Villa against Newcastle United in a huge, absolutely massive, gargantuan, you might say, race for the Champions League next season. Newcastle very much in the driving seat. Aston Villa obviously just out of the Champions League, having been beaten earlier this week by PSG in a game that I thought they deserved something in. I thought they maybe deserved to take PSG to extra time. They played really, really well. And Villa have been much better in the league recently, haven't they? They've started to pick up form. So this is a match between maybe not the two form teams in the league, but certainly two of the most informed teams in the league. And two teams with very, very big ambitions, very big expectations under two managers who've done incredibly well since they've taken over their respective teams. Unai Emery, of course, at Villa, absolutely revolutionised them since coming in from Steven Gerrard, brought in a number of players who I think have made Villa a lot better, but also he's improved the players that were already there as well. Eddie Howe, you could say he's revolutionised the entire club, in part with the ownership model as well, but I think Eddie Howe's just again transformed Newcastle. He's done amazingly well. So this one is just too close to call. I can't tell you who I think will win this one. And that's why I'm going to sit on the fence, and I think it's going to be a score draw. But let me know in the comments what you're thinking. I think everyone that I've spoke to so far, if we've just been live for the Everton and Manchester City game, and everyone in the comments seemed to think that this one was going to be a score draw. Lots of people thinking 1-1, lots of people thinking 2-2, some thinking it might even be a stalemate, 0-0, they'll cancel each other out, which does tend to happen in these games, doesn't it, where you've got two form teams, the sort of the immovable object against the irresistible force. Both of these teams have, good strong defences and can be very, very clinical in attack. Obviously, we've seen Isak do it. Ollie Watkins has got form as well. He's starting today over Marcus Rashford, which is a new one. We haven't seen Ollie Watkins start maybe as often as he used to under Unai Emery. But he's back in the team today. He's back in the team today. He's back in the team today, and I'll go through the lineups with you in a second. I just want to change the Newcastle background because I've just noticed they're not playing in black. They're playing in their away kit, which is that lovely Saudi green colour. So I'm going to change the away kit to that colour. There you go. That seems a little bit more like it, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not? So let me know. Hang on a second. Let me just catch up with the chat. I'm sure there's some people flying in already. Callum the Red 2-2 this. I've no idea who will win this. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. It's live on Sky Sports for those that... Oh, Rafinha 4-3. Last minute. Barcelona have nicked it. Damn. Thank God for that, to be honest, because I cashed out every single bet that I had that had Barcelona on it because I had Barcelona or draw and under 7 goals in the game. And it was 3-3 with like half an hour left. I was almost certain it was going to finish more than 6 goals, so I'm kind of glad that Rafinha's nicked something in the end. Longest unbeaten home runs in the Premier League, Unai Emery is not far behind Manchester City and Liverpool. They've been very, very good at Villa Park, haven't they? So a lot of people thinking that Newcastle are going to breeze into town and take this, and I think you better think again. Let's just go through the lineups very, very quickly. So we talked about these before, but we've got 4. Let's go through Newcastle first. Newcastle first is probably the easier of the two because it's pretty straightforward. They're unchanged. It's Nick Pope in goal. It's Livramento at left back, Trippier at right back, Dan Burn and Fabian Schär at the back. Midfield 3, it's the same midfield 3, maybe the best midfield 3 we've seen this season. Joe Linton, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes. And then the front 3 of Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy on the other side, and Alexander Isak. They can cause Villa some real problems, can't they? And then you've got the Villa side, which is Emiliano Martinez in goal. Back 4 of Matty Cash, Tyrone Mings, Ezri Konsa, and Martin, Ian Martin at left back. Sitting in front of them, you've got Boubacar Kamara and Yuri Tielemans. And then just behind, Ollie Watkins is up front. As I said, he's the lone striker tonight. But just behind him, you've got Asensio, Rodgers, and John McGinn. John McGinn's probably far more likely to drop in and make that a 3 behind him with Kamara and Tielemans. And Rodgers and Asensio will be given a bit more freedom to play further forward. That's what I would anticipate. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. We are just coming up to about 13 minutes now to kick off. Players are still out on the pitch, just warming up. Ollie Watkins. I'm really surprised that Watkins hasn't started more for Villa. He didn't start in the game against PSG. He didn't start against Southampton. He obviously came off the bench and scored against Southampton, didn't he? He didn't start in the first leg against PSG either. Didn't start against Brighton. Didn't start against Preston. And he's been out of the team for a little while, it feels like. For about a month or so, he's been maybe dropped in favour of playing Rashford up there in a more central centre-forward position. And it's unusual, isn't it? It's unusual because, Rashford went there as a left winger. That's his position. And I remember Jose Mourinho making a big deal about Marcus Rashford wants to play centre-forward, but we all know he's not a centre-forward. He's not that position. He's a left winger. And I just wonder if Marcus Rashford has maybe kind of had a chat with Unai Emery before he went to Aston Villa. Could that be part of the deal? Could that be part of the bargain, that he wants to play centrally more? That he wants to be that centre-forward? That's the position he sees himself in. I'm sure he will play left. I'm sure he will play wide as well, as we often see him do. But it's just really odd that all of a sudden Ollie Watkins is linked with Arsenal in January. He's linked with a move away. And then, it's just bizarre to me that Rashford seems to be playing more centrally and playing more than Ollie Watkins. I'm Villa. The fella's Newcastle going to kick off. Well, yeah, hey, listen. I mean, I get the feeling Newcastle have got just as much a chance of winning this as Villa do. As a neutral here. As a neutral, I've got to say, I can't pick you. I can't pick between you today. Newcastle are a really, really strong team. As we found out in the League Cup final, sadly. But they're playing really, really well. And, yeah, I think they've got a very good chance. But Villa, equally, played amazingly well against PSG. They're in a good run of form, particularly at home. So, yeah, as you say, Sister Fister knows it. To be honest, a draw seems by far the most likely outcome, just when you can't pick between the two. But in my experience, that's really the case. Whenever you can't pick between the two, there nearly is always an outright winner. Josh, thank you for the subscribe and the follow on YouTube. Nancy as well, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Up the Mags, better be cheering on the Mags. I'm not cheering anyone on. I'll be honest, mate, I've been kind of starved of goals. It's probably the only thing I have been starved of. But I've been starved of goals in the last sort of 48 hours or so. We watched the Championship games yesterday, the Good Friday Championship games. And we started at 12 o'clock. At the 12 o'clock game was Derby County against Luton. It finished 1-0. That was it was a bit of a flat game. And then the other games throughout the day, we ended up watching 4 games. We got 6 goals in total. It was a bit naff, to be honest. They were all poor games to watch. So I'm just kind of hoping for anything today. I'm hoping for some goals, some action. Maybe some red cards, maybe some penalties, maybe some flashpoints, some moments, some tackles. That's what we're looking for. Something, some energy. Give us something. Some long-distance shots crashing off the bar. It feels very robotic in the Premier League these last few weeks. Rubes, hello Kieran, good to see you, mate. Thank you for the GIFTS again. I don't know what they are. You missed out on the Brighton game. I can imagine, yeah. 4-2. To be honest, at 3-2, well, at 3-1, when you get a man sent off, I think that would have been the game wrapped up. But the fact that Mitoma scores and almost dragged you back into it, and then just as I remember watching the Everton City game, and just as the whistle's going in that one, it popped up. There was a goal in the Brentford-Brighton game, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness me, if Brighton have pinched that with 10 men and got a point, that would have been amazing. It would have been unbelievable. But you're right, yeah, that would have been the game to watch, wouldn't it? That would have been the game to watch. Instead, it's my own fault. I chose to hate watch Everton and City. I wanted to see Everton or City get an absolute battering or something good happen in that one. And it turned out to be pretty dull, to be honest. We should have gone with the game that had the most riding on it. And Brentford and Brighton certainly was. Going into that game, those two, they're still in with a chance of Europe. And even now, at full time, they're still in with a chance of Europe. They're just showing the first game between these two in December. Boxing Day it was, wasn't it? Christ, how quick does time go? I remember watching that game. I think I did a live stream for that game, actually. I think that was one of the very first live streams I did on this channel. Newcastle 3, Aston Villa 0. It was Boxing Day last year. And John Duran did a stupid sending off, didn't he? He kicked out at Fabian Schär, and Newcastle just battered him. Gordon, Isak, and was it Harvey Barnes who got the third? I can't remember. No, Joe Linton. Yeah, great goal. Fabulous goal. Couple of really good goals there for Newcastle. So Villa will be out for revenge. Rubes, my birthday was the day after. Really? Christmas birthday? Nice. Well, not so nice. I imagine you've got naff presents growing up. Everyone's skint around your birthday, aren't they? they don't want to spoil you. Do you often get Christmas presents and birthday presents together? I'll give you this now because we're not going to see you. Oh, what a shame! What a shame. Miller Wesley, who do you want to win? I don't want anyone to win. I don't care. I'd like to see a good game of football. I'm just watching this because I love football and I don't really care who wins. I like Newcastle as a club. I like Villa as a club, and I couldn't tell you who is going to win. I think it's almost certainly going to be a draw. I would be surprised if it's a 0-0, as some people seem to think it's going to be in the chat. I think there's going to be goals. And I think it's going to be a draw. That's my initial take. I could be wrong, but that's my initial take. Apparently there's rumours doing the rounds today, by the way. There's rumours doing the rounds today that Trent Alexander-Arnold has agreed to stay at Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold may be about to stay at Liverpool. Rubes, whoever scores the most and lets the least in will win. You said it, buddy. You said it. Corin, I'm here, nearly back at home now. I feel for you, Corin. That was a tough late end to the game, wasn't it? I feel for you. The goal from Nico O'Reilly was really, really good play, but as soon as Michael Keane came on that pitch, Everton just kind of fell to bits. I think if Tarkowski hadn't have gone off, I think you'd have probably got at least a point out of that one. Stop it. I can't, Wojciech. Do you show the screen? I can't. I'm not allowed to. The channel would get banned, so I'm not allowed to show the screen. I'm sorry. So yeah, I would love to show the screen. It would give me no greater pleasure, but I really can't show the screen, so I apologise. I can't show it. But I am watching it, and if you want to watch along with me, then you can do. Callum, I feel as if Villa and Newcastle is becoming a rivalry slightly. Yeah, the James Milner rivalry. Who else has played for Villa and Newcastle? Give us some Villa and Newcastle players in the chat. Glad you knew how to say my name. I only know because of Wojciech Szczesny. I'd be honest, I would have probably struggled otherwise. And I did have a Polish English teacher growing up, so I knew a little bit of Polish. And I went to Krakow on my stag do as well. So I quite like Poles. I'm assuming you're Polish anyway. Or at least of Polish origin. With a name like Wojciech. Mind your own herd, Trent can defend, but that's debatable. Why would he stay in a second-class team? That's outrageous, Rubes. Kieran Dyer, yes, Kieran Dyer. Who else played for Villa and Newcastle together? Villa and Newcastle players. Nobby Solano. Nobby Solano. The Nobby Solano derby. One of my favourite players ever, Nobby Solano. Corin, did you see the dramatic end to Barca v Celta Vigo? I certainly did, yes, I did. It was a great end, wasn't it? I mean, Barca 3-1 down, was it? 3-1 down. Hat-trick from Borja Iglesias at the Nou Camp. How often do you see an opposition player get a hat-trick at the Nou Camp? 3-2, well, 3-1 up. And yeah, they win it with the last kick of the game. Barcelona, unbelievable. Aaron Hughes. I don't remember Aaron Hughes. I remember him, but I don't remember him playing for both Newcastle and Villa. Aaron Hughes, to me, was Fulham, wasn't he? Didn't he play for Fulham? Thanks for the follow, Anthony's TRFC. Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer against Villa was funny. Yeah, that was when they were scrapping, wasn't it? And Bowyer ripped half his shirt off. Mad. Kieran Clark, yeah. David Ginola. David Ginola scored one of my favourite all-time goals for Newcastle. Unbelievable player. Lucas, will the game be the screen? No, Lucas, it won't. Sorry, I can't. The channel will get banned if I show the game. But I'm watching the game, so if you want to watch it with me, then you're more than welcome to stay. It'd be good to have you in the chat. Thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Anthony, what do you think of Omari Patrick? Who's Omari Patrick? I don't know who Omari Patrick is. I've not heard of Omari Patrick. Let me Google Omari Patrick. I might know who you're talking about then. Omari Patrick. Oh, for Tranmere. I can't say I've heard much of him, to be honest. Plays for Tranmere, used to play for Carlisle. Yeah, no, I can't say I've heard much of him. Sorry, mate. I mean, he's only recently joined Tranmere, hasn't he? 43 matches, 10 goals, 3 assists. Didn't do too much against Doncaster yesterday either, by the looks of it, sadly. Yeah, no, I don't know. What do you think of Omari Patrick? FM No Casuals, James Milner, Shay Given. Yeah, Shay Given I forgot about as well. James Milner we said first. David Ginola. Nobby Solano. There's got to be some more we're missing. Let's have a look. Villa and Newcastle players. Come on. Villa and Newcastle players. Right, James Milner, Wayne Routledge, Charlton Zogbier. Charlton Zogbier. Rafinha just really turned it up a level, which is why he's winning Ballon d'Or and Salah isn't. You absolutely hate Salah, Corinne. Habib Bey, Stephen Ireland, Matt Target. Right, we're off. We're off. Hang on, let me get the scoreboard up going. One sec. We're live. We're off. I need to change that Newcastle green because that kit is not that colour, is it, at all? It's definitely darker than that. That's more of a Saudi green, isn't it? Ollie Watkins chasing forward. Sandro Tonali comes back and wins it. Villa forward. Shot. Chance. It's in. It's 1-0 already. Oh my God. It's Ollie Watkins. There you go. It's a goal already. Ollie Watkins. Unbelievable. It's a big deflection. But Villa are 1-0 up inside 30 seconds. This is what we wanted. Goals, action from the start. Aston Villa score. It's a massive deflection off Fabian Schär. Newcastle caught cold, no doubt about that. It's a goal. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 0. Ball played down the right-hand side. Sandro Tonali recovers it and sends it back up the touchline, but it only goes as far as Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans plays a lovely pass into Ollie Watkins, who just has a shot, cuts inside on his right foot, has a shot, it deflects off the instep, maybe the shin of Fabian Schär, bounces into the ground, and it just completely wrong-foots Nick Pope, and it goes in at the near post. It's a really lucky one, I guess, for Aston Villa, really unlucky for Newcastle, but that's the start to the game we wanted. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 0, there you go. We're off and underway. How's that for a start? How's that for a start? Arturs, hi lad, how you doing? I'm really good. I'm really good, mate. I'm even better now. We're a goal up in this game and we've got stuff going. Corin, I'm like 2 minutes behind. Wow, what a start. Now this is going to be an interesting game, especially Villa scoring first like that. Absolutely. Kane, I've gone to the toilet and missed a goal. Yeah, look, it's a goal is a goal, and you take them in games like this. Newcastle now on the counter-attack. Harvey Barnes driving forward into Livramento. Good block by Villa. Yeah, this is going to be a proper game now. This is going to be a proper game. Liverpool Legends, thanks for the follow. Wojciech, what was the goal like? Ollie Watkins cut inside on his right foot, just inside the penalty area. 30 seconds in, he had a shot, took a big deflection off Fabian Schär and wrong-footed Nick Pope. Nick Pope was already kind of diving that way and it just bobbled in at the near post. So, yeah, it wasn't a great goal, big deflection, but you take him. You take him, there you go. Liverpool Legends, it'll be 2-2. Yeah, that's the most common, most popular shout in the chat. Lots of people seem to think 1-1 or 2-2. Score, draw. It's a corner to Newcastle here. They're right up the other end and going back at it. They've not gone into the shell here, Newcastle. Ball into the box, flick on, comes out, shot. Harvey Barnes. Oh, tell you what. They're back at it, Newcastle. He's out with the shot. Another corner to Newcastle. They've put Villa straight back under pressure. 4 minutes. We've had three corners already? I don't think Eddie Howe is back, you know. Eddie Howe is not back. He might be out of hospital, but Eddie Howe is not back. It's still Jason Tindall on the touchline. Someone said before that Eddie Howe was back. He absolutely is not. Clock stopped. Sorry. The clock I needed to fix. I apologise. Right, there you go. We're back. Right, let me level it up again. Let me get it absolutely right. There you go. We're back. The clock's level. The clock is exactly as it should be. Right. Villa are in again here if they get this right. Watkins driving forward. Shot. It's off the bar! It's off the bar from Ollie Watkins. I tell you what, we talked about him being out of the side and maybe it was an unusual decision from Unai Emery to drop him and put Rashford up front. But Ollie Watkins picks the ball up here. He drives at the Newcastle defence. He's on his weaker foot with his left leg. Left foot, not his left leg. His left foot smashes it off the crossbar. Just as he gets into the penalty area, absolutely smashes it off the bar. Brilliant play by Ollie Watkins. And it was very nearly 2-0. Very nearly 2-0. Wojciech, who do you want to win? Honestly, I have no preference, mate. I really haven't got a preference. I like both clubs. Maybe I'd quite like Villa to win. Yeah, I guess. If I had to choose one, I would probably choose Villa. I like Newcastle as a club, but there's a little tiny part of me that thinks if Liverpool really are that desperate to get Alexander Isak, it would be a lot easier if Newcastle weren't in the Champions League. So, you know, maybe if they just started to fall away, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But yeah, I honestly don't mind. Liverpool legends, I don't get it happening yesterday as well. What do you mean? What happened yesterday as well? Corin Watkins is doing amazing. I want Villa to win. Yeah, I mean, Everton fans don't tend to like Newcastle, do they? There's a bit of a rivalry with Everton and Newcastle. Sister Fister, do you think if Arsenal had Watkins, they win it this year? I think they'd come a lot closer than they do. Yeah, I think it's not just a striker that Arsenal have been lacking. Let's be clear. You know, they had Bukayo Saka in December. They had all the players fit, Saka and Havertz and whatever. They had them all fit in December, and they were 9 points behind Liverpool. So you know they were 9 points behind with those players. They're 13 points behind. You know, without those players, it's really much of a muchness. Liverpool have definitely still been the better side this season. So I don't think it's just because of the injuries, and to say that is playing wrong. There's no evidence to prove that. But ball into the box from Newcastle. But yeah, obviously if they had a proper centre forward, a proper goal scorer, then yeah, of course that would make a difference. They'd probably be a little bit closer to us. But then you never know. Because do you know what? Kai Havertz gets a lot of stick. He isn't the player that you know Arsenal need to win the league. Undoubtedly, he isn't the player that Arsenal need. But he does contribute to different phases of play, doesn't he? He contributes in so many different ways, in terms of the press, in terms of winning the ball back, and how they sort of approach the opposition. His movement off the ball creates space for other players. All that sort of stuff is so underrated and often unseen with Kai Havertz, even though his goal record maybe isn't brilliant, and he's maybe not as clinical as he should be. But yeah, I think if they had a goal scorer, then maybe they would be a little bit closer to Liverpool. Ollie Watkins is now joint with Gabby Agbonlahor as the top goal scorer for Aston Villa in Premier League history with 74 goals. That's depressing, isn't it? That's quite depressing for Villa. The top goal scorer in Premier League history is Gabby Agbonlahor before today. At least Ollie Watkins, they can say, you know, he's actually a decent player. Corin, where does this put Villa? Let me check. Kane, mate, you're 2 minutes ahead of me. Am I really? That makes a change. Villa, unlucky. Right, so standings. It takes Villa up to 6th, above Chelsea. They'd be level on points with Forest, who play Forest play Monday, don't they? Forest play Monday against Spurs, and we're live for that as well. That's an 8 o'clock game on Monday Night Football, live on Sky. It's going to be live here as well. I'm going to be doing the watch along. So yeah, Forest level on points with Villa as it stands, ahead of Villa on goal difference, but they do have a game in hand. Ben starting to think Trent stays. Yeah, I mean, there's rumours today, isn't there, that he's decided to stick around. Corin, something dodgy going on here. Nothing dodgy going on here. I'm on Sky Sports Live here. 10 minutes in. 10:07 as we speak. Josh, I'm shocked they scored so quick. Kane got my face cam order today. Can't wait to stream tomorrow. Nice, mate. Good work. Oh, that was naughty. Is that a stamp? Was that a stamp? Goodness me. That was naughty. Should be 3-0. Let's just watch this back. Is it Trippier? Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's deliberate, is it? I don't think that's deliberate from Trippier, but it's certainly, he certainly studied him in the face. Whew. Right, Nick Pope about to take the goal kick for Newcastle. Jordan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Jason Tyndall's just disliked, yeah. Josh, yes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Corin, it's been so even, but Villa have had the better chances. I don't think it's been even. I think Villa have battered them so far. Newcastle haven't done anything. With 11, nearly 12 minutes in, I haven't seen Newcastle really. They've not forced a shot. They've not done anything. Villa are the way that Villa set up is really quite. Oh, that's a bit naughty. That might be a red card. It's a yellow. How can it be a yellow? How can it be a yellow? If he's fouled him, no, that's a red. That has to be a red. How? How is that a yellow? He's got to give him a check here then. That's got to be a check. There's a ball over the top here. There's a ball over the top here from Ezri Konsa. Ollie Watkins is running clean through. That's a red card all day, every day. All day, every day. I'm sorry. Fabian Schär is pulling him back. It's a red. And do you know what? The ref gives a foul. If that's a foul, it's a red. How is that not a red? How is that not a red? VAR have got to get involved here. They've got to get involved. They have got to get involved. Dear Lord, tell me that's not just going to be a yellow card. It's been ratified. It's going to stay at yellow. Oh, if I'm Villa, I'm raging. If I am Aston Villa, I am absolutely raging. Newcastle have got away with one there. Newcastle have absolutely got away with one. Fabian Schär knows it as well. You can see it on his face. I can't believe what I've just seen. It's very much like the Arsenal one at Bournemouth. It's a ball over the top. It's a simple ball over the top from Ezri Konsa. Ollie Watkins spins off Fabian Schär. He's running clean through on goal. The ball's bouncing. Nick Pope's getting nowhere near it. Ollie Watkins would have been in and on goal. And Fabian Schär hauls him down. How that isn't a red. The fact that the ref goes over, gives a yellow card. There's no covering Newcastle defender. It has to be a red. Baffling. Absolutely baffling. Matty Cash here, corner to Villa. It's all Villa here. They've got him rattled. They've got him rattled. They've got him up against on the ropes here. .42, Schär should be off. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I honestly can't believe what I have just seen. I am astonished by what I've just seen. Boubacar Kamara, another corner to Villa. Corners are racking up now. Newcastle do look rattled. Has he actually scored for Villa yet, Kamara? Tielemans about to put this in. And do you know what? Corin, Villa have battered him. And if I... Before this game, if someone had said, do you know what, this game's going to start and it's going to be so one-sided in the first 15 minutes, I would have probably leaned towards Newcastle. I'd have probably said Newcastle are the team that probably put Villa under real pressure. But to be honest, Unai Emery's got it so right. Tactically, they've got this absolutely bang on the button. Newcastle haven't had a kick. They've been under pressure from minute one. The players are right up for it. You can see that. I mean, look, it probably helps that they get a bit of a lucky goal, a bit of a fluky goal. But take nothing away from Villa. They probably should be further ahead. You know, Watkins smashes one off the bar. Watkins then gets hauled down by Fabian Schär. Newcastle should be counting their lucky stars that they're only 1-0 down and they've still got 11 men on the pitch. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now you're going to believe us. Villa are so good. Not sure how they're even in a top 4 race. Well, they might not be, to be honest. They might not be. Looking at where we are now, Villa are 6th. As I said, level on points with Forest. They're only behind Forest on goal difference. Livermento's gone down there. No, it is a foul, but I don't think there's anything in that. 42, Kamara's a tidy little player, very under the radar. The problem with Kamara has always been his injury record. If he's fit, he's a very good player. Corin Wilson, they did so good in January. Yeah. I mean, what's the head-to-head looking like now for Villa? Villa have actually only lost. Do you know what the blot on Villa's record is? When they went to Selhurst Park and somehow, it's in. It's 1-1. And do you know what? I knew that was coming. I knew something like that was coming. And it's him. It's Fabian Schär. The guy who shouldn't be on the pitch. It shouldn't even be a goal. It's unbelievable what we've seen here. Villa have battered him for 17 minutes. They have battered him for 17 minutes. They've smashed him. 17 minutes, it's been all Villa. All Villa. And Newcastle put one ball into the box and the guy who should have been sent off knocks it in with his head at the near post. I think Martinez should do a little bit better. Let's just have a quick look back. There's maybe a question mark on the goalkeeper. He's not offside. He's not offside. There's no problem with it. The goal will stand. The goal will stand. Martin lets him run. It's Harvey Barnes who puts a lovely ball in with his right foot. Great ball into the back post. Schär gets round and Martin lets him run. If you're being hypercritical, it's a bit of a soft one really for Villa to concede. The keeper should do better. Martin should do better. But most importantly, the referee should do better because something tells me that guy should not be on the pitch. That guy shouldn't be on the pitch. I'm not even a Villa fan and I'm raging. They're in again, Villa. They're down the left-hand side. Chance. It's 2. No, has he missed it? Oh, you Fruit Loop. You absolute Fruit Loop. Asensio's just missed an absolute sitter. Villa should be 2-1 up. This game... Oh, he's 6 yards out and he just has to get it on target. It'd be 2-1. Wonderful play by Martin. Asensio somehow on the edge of the 6-yard area stood on his own. If you get that on target, it's going in. And the ball rolls under his foot. Oh, my goodness me. I've been complaining all week about the shite we've had to watch. There's been one goal all game, one shot on target all game. And it's making up for it in 20 minutes of football here. 20 minutes of football. This is the best 20 minutes of football I've seen all week. Unbelievable. Villa have absolutely smashed these. There's no way they should be level. Asensio's missed a sitter. Watkins has hit the bar. Schär should have been sent off. Schär goes and scores. Oh, goodness gracious me. And now you're going to believe us. Martinez is beyond average when not playing for Argentina. I don't think he's average. That's really poor from him, though. That was really poor, I would say. Two very informed teams playing, to be fair, was always going to happen. Yeah, look, I mean, fair play to Newcastle. They've they've come and they've got back into it somehow. Villa again down that left-hand side. It's always down that left-hand side. It's always Kieran Trippier's side. They've got Kieran Trippier on toast. Kieran Trippier don't know what to do at the minute. He's struggling. Whew. Villa absolutely have to win now. Yeah. I'm just astonished at what I've seen. I'm absolutely astonished at what I've seen. I think just to clarify, just a quick point. I think I'm about 30 followers off 2,000 on TikTok. So if you've not followed and you're watching the game on TikTok, please go and give us a follow. I'm trying to get that channel catching up my YouTube channel. Ball sent long. Here's Murphy. Jacob Murphy in. It's gone out for a corner. Is it a corner? No, goal kick. I still can't believe. How's Fabian Schär got away with that? How has he got away with that? Martinez, poor. Really, really poor. Yeah, you can't be getting done at your near post there. I thought I was being harsh on Martinez, but actually in hindsight, he probably was one that you'd expect your goalkeeper to save. Right, can Villa do something here to try and turn this back around? Because God knows they've deserved to be ahead. Tyrone Mings out to Matty Cash. Back to Martinez. A little bit of passing round the back here from Villa. John McGinn. Oh, that's a foul to Newcastle. Foul to Villa. You're joking. I believed you. Newcastle playing dirty. Hey, whoa! Newcastle playing dirty. You two are playing dirty. I knew you weren't. I knew that wasn't serious. Absolutely knew you were joking. You were lying. Danny followed the host. Thank you for the follow, Danny. Appreciate it. If you haven't gone over to YouTube yet and followed Premier League Dad, please go and subscribe. It makes a massive, massive difference to the channel if you can go and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. But we're very, very near 5,000 subs. I only started the channel in January. So we're still very, very new. But we're streaming every single day. Rodgers forward. Really good play by Villa into Watkins. Can he get it back to him? Matty Cash standing up to the back post. Oh, he's got it all wrong. Easy claim for Nick Pope. Easy peasy for Nick Pope. Getting quiet. I know. I think that they've settled the crowd down. Villa fans are probably as stunned as we are. I can't believe it's 1-1. And not only is it 1-1, it's 1-1 due to the guy who should not be on the pitch. Villa should be out of sight. They should be 2 or 3 up. 2 or 3 up. Just shows you how quick decisions like that can turn a game of football, isn't it? So quick. One seemingly innocuous decision to not send him off. And again, it's mad that VAR got involved in so many games. Like, I mean, the Arsenal one at Bournemouth, was it Did the ref give a yellow card initially and then VAR told him it was a red? Or did he give him a red and VAR didn't get involved? I can't remember. That's a foul and a free kick to Villa. And Bruno Guimaraes is going to get a yellow card here, surely. He's going to get a yellow? No, he's not getting a yellow. Poor that from the ref. He's a weak referee, this guy. It's poor. Really, really poor. That should have been a yellow. John McGinn's saying, I can't believe you've not booked him there. Asensio skips past Bruno Guimaraes with ease. With absolute ease. Nutmegs him. And he leaves one on him. It's poor. Really poor. Arsenal v Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. It was Bournemouth, wasn't it? Bournemouth against Arsenal earlier this season. Was it Gabriel or Saliba? Was one of the centre-backs got sent off? I'm sure it was Gabriel. Gabriel got... No, it wasn't. It was Saliba. Saliba got sent off, wasn't it? And I can't remember whether it was the ref initially sent him off. Watkins off the post again. Oh, for God's sake. Comes out to Kamara. Kamara back out to Cash. McGinn. Cash. Villa have hit the post twice now. They've hit the post twice. Yeah, that Saliba one was pretty much exactly the same as that one with Watkins, wasn't it? It's exactly the same. Here we go. Asensio with the shot. Watkins. Turn. Villa. Clear it away. Newcastle. No. And now Alexander Isak gets a chance to run at the Villa defence. And he does. Well done, Kamara. Really well done, Kamara. Mademes, thank you for the follow. Watkins. Jesus Lord. He's having a day, isn't he, Ollie Watkins? Scored one. Should have had 3 or 4. Could have had a hat-trick within the first half hour here, Ollie Watkins. Asensio's playing poor. He missed that sitter. I mean, he's getting involved in play. I think that's the thing. The real worry is when players go anonymous and they're kind of hiding from the ball. Really what you want to see is players offering themselves and getting into positions to score. Like, I'm a big believer in that. That's why I'm never that critical of Darwin Núñez. When you've got a striker who is always in the position to score but misses, it's not great, but it's much better that he's getting in the positions to score and missing than not. Like, that's half the battle. Half the battle is that he's getting the chances. Joe Linton, chance here. Livramento down the left-hand side, wins a corner. Corner for Newcastle. Isn't Livramento a right back? 42, I hate Newcastle. I have no problem with Newcastle. Don't mind them. Although the fans are doing a bit of a we're too big to let Alexander Isak go sort of a vibe at the minute. So, yeah, there's a little part of me again that they're kind of in the Nottingham Forest bracket, aren't they? Where I'd quite like to see them fall away from the Champions League positions in an ideal world. And I'd rather Villa get it. I'd honestly rather Villa get it. I'd maybe even rather Chelsea and City get it, but I don't think they are. I don't know. I used to like them, but they've got too big for the boots. Yeah, one season back in the Champions League. And they think the Bobby Big Boots again. Joe Linton. Do you know, there was a £10 free bet on this game. And I think the only thing I would have been absolutely sure of to bet on would have been both teams to score. I would have stayed away. Sorry, excuse me. I would have stayed away from corners and cards. That's really good play by Newcastle down the left-hand side. Livramento bombing forward. I think he's been a great buy for him. And it's a great block from Kamara. It's a corner to Newcastle. Yeah, I think I'd have probably gone with both teams to score, maybe a corner. Corin, he's a fantastic player, Ollie Watkins. I didn't put a bet on. No, I didn't. That's what I mean. I wish I had, because I got a notification just before kickoff saying £10 free bet, Aston Villa and Newcastle. £10, if you get your money back in free bets if you lose. So you'll get your free £10 bet, basically. Glenn Petroplik shared the live. Thank you very much for sharing the live. I appreciate that, Glenn. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. All that good stuff. It makes a massive, massive difference to people that do. Thank you very much. Ollie Watkins flying forward again down the left-hand side. Great ball in. Corner to Newcastle. Oh, John McGinn. He's gone in on Sandro Tonali. Tonali went down then holding his thigh and McGinn just pulled him up. He's a little rat, him, isn't he, on the sly? He's a little rat, him, Tonali. Very likeable, but that's a little bit naughty. He didn't even do anything then. Did you have a bet on John McGinn card him or something, Tonali? Has he had a little flutter on John McGinn card? Here we go. Tielemans with the corner. Villa at the crossbar last set piece. It's played short. They're trying to work something a little bit different here. Oh, they got it all wrong. But they get another chance. It's a corner. I presume Tonali put a bet on. Yeah. Yeah, right, here we go. It's another corner for Villa. Presumably they're not going to do the stupid short corner routine again. 42 thinks he's all that. He's a good player. He is a good player. But, yeah, there's a little bit of the Bruno Fernandes about him, isn't there? Great ball in. Cleared away very, very well again there at the back by, I think it was Dan Burn this time. And here's Sandro Tonali. Here's Tonali flying forward. Joe Linton. He's a very good player. In so many ways, Joe Linton's a cracking player. Ball into the box. Times the player. 100 even. Tonali with the shot. Oh! Is it me or should Martinez have caught that? That seemed like maybe not a pass, but it felt like Martinez should have done better with that. He got down, he tipped it wide. It's a corner to Newcastle, but Tonali with the shot from distance. It was a bit of a daisy cutter, low and hard across the pitch. I feel like Martinez should have caught that. Bas van Duursen, how is Murphy doing? I need a shot from him. He hasn't got in a position to have a shot as yet. I'll let you know if he does, Bas. But as it stands, it's a corner to Newcastle. Trippier's about to whip it in. He puts the ball into the box. Burn. It's gone out for a goal kick to Villa. Corin, Isak is like Salah, disappears from big games. Why'd you absolutely you hate Salah. You love hating on Mo Salah. Gareth Barry, all-time Premier League appearance holder. He was a good player, Gareth Barry. He should have been one that should have come to Liverpool. Is that his lad next to him? Looks like him. Very good player though, Gareth Barry. It's rare I'll say that about an ex-Everton player, but he was a very, very good Premier League player. So it's no surprise that Benitez wanted to sign him. Although I probably wouldn't have sold Xabi Alonso to do so. Oh, Alexander Isak. You'll not play for Liverpool playing like that, sunshine. Not going to move to Liverpool playing like that. We need better than that at Anfield. He skipped inside Tielemans. He tried to get at Martin, but Martin just knocked it into him and it went behind for a goal kick. Isak started claiming for a pulled shirt and whatever, but nah, you're not getting a free kick for that, sunshine. Poor. Very, very poor from Alexander Isak. How annoying are them lids that they stick now to the bottle? just have lids that just screw off. Well annoying. I know why they do it, for plastic, save the world, all that sort of nonsense, but yeah, I mean, feels like you like that, trying to get a drink of a bottle of pop. Newcastle down the right hand side. Great tackle by Martin. Really, really good tackle. Fabulous bit of play, that. Back to Tielemans. Newcastle not quite getting to grips with the Villa midfield, and they're running again at Newcastle's back line. Morgan Rogers with a great shot at the near post, and Pope tips it behind for a corner. Corin, Newcastle taking control, yeah, and then Villa pick it up, run down the other end and have a shot. We get it all wrong all the time, don't we? Goal, Estoril 0, Braga 1. Just for those who are keeping tabs on the games across Europe, I'll let you know how they're getting on. All the big ones. Thanks for liking the live, Rubes. Thank you for sharing as well. We always jinx it. Well, I know I do. Bloody useless. Ball into the box. So, Nick Pope, what are you doing? He kind of humped that away. I don't know what he was doing there. He didn't use his hands. The ball came in and he kind of, yeah, shagged it away with his midriff. Bayern thrashed that team earlier. Oh, yeah, was it Freiburg? Oh, no, Heidenheim. Yeah, it was 4-0, wasn't it? Okay, Tyrone Mings on the ball here for Villa. We're into the last 8 minutes before half-time. John McGinn winning it back for Villa. Really good play. Better from Joe Linton. That's much, much better in the Newcastle midfield. And the ref somehow gives play on there. I'm not sure how. It was definitely a free kick. This ref is has veered from being almost too whistle happy to just letting everything go again. Mad. 4-0, all different scorers. Well, they've got to get back to winning again. They've got a Bundesliga title to win. Harry Kane needs to get his hands on something very soon. Right, Villa have the ball here now. They're Martin down the left-hand side. Pass back to Tielemans. Back to Martin. Good little 1-2 with Asensio. Well blocked by Bruno Guimaraes. Do we think there's another goal before half-time? Anthony, where are you from, lad? I'm originally from St Helens, Anthony. Originally from St Helens, but I've worked in Liverpool for a big chunk of my life. Worked in Manchester, lived in Warrington, lived in Widnes. Yeah, kind of bounced around a little bit around Merseyside, but yeah, I've been all over the world watching Liverpool for the last 30 years. And I love football. So yeah, I'm from St Helens originally, mate. Ben, need Newcastle, BTTS, Mallorca and Atleti to win for 192. I'm thinking of doing the Atleti game later. I might just stick around and do the Atleti game. I wasn't going to, but Atleti kick off, don't they, against Las Palmas at 8 o'clock. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know what value it'll give. It's Saturday night in it, so it might be dead. But I was probably going to watch it anyway. Corin, I don't think Maguire goal should have stood. That was a clear push. I'm glad you think that as well. There was a clear push there, wasn't there? And they were never, ever going to rule that out. There'd have been a riot at Old Trafford if they'd have ruled that out. Why have you backed... Ben, why have you backed Mallorca? Mallorca against Leganés. Morgan Rogers, you absolute little dancer. Joe Linton's going to get a yellow card here. Dragged him down. Corin, Marlon should come on for Villa. I think they need something, don't they? They're missing maybe Rashford as well. They need something. 42. What's the most you've put on a bet? I think when I won big. I won a very, very well. I would consider to be big anyway. I won just under £9,000 on an accumulator. It was about 8,800 and something, right? And I thought to myself, I'll withdraw. I think I withdrew like 8.5, and I thought I'll leave the 300 and something in as like little play money. Do you know what I mean? And I think the first couple of bets I put like 50 quid on, but I only at like 3 or 4 to 1. Do you know what I mean? Like little slight ones. So I've done that before, but never more than 50 quid. I can't put 50 quid any more than that on a bet. I'd feel ill. And that was only, again, in that circumstance because I'd won an absolute fortune on it. So I was 8.5 grand up. And I felt, yeah, go on, I can probably afford to put 50 quid on. Ben, Mate Mallorca are 7th. They are 7th, but they've lost. Have they lost the last 2? They're in bad form. They're not doing great. And Leganes need to get something. They need to get something. Watkins here running at Newcastle's back line. Chance. Poor. He's not going to left peg him. Although saying that, he hit the bar with his left peg in the first half, didn't he? But he does that too often. Scuffs it with his left peg. Great skill. Leganes are 19th. Mallorca are at home. Listen, hey, well, you might be right. You might be right. But I'm telling you, I've got a feeling Leganes might just get something in that one. Edwin Hernandez, do you think he's going to see another goal? Who, Watkins? Are you on about Watkins? Or do you think I'm going to see another goal? I think there's going to be another goal in this game. Not sure about Watkins. He's playing very, very well, though. He's playing really well. He's hit the bar twice. He's scored. He seems to have got the bit between his teeth today. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Watkins got another one. There'll definitely be more goals in this game. I think if you're a betting man... Do you know what, actually? If you're a betting man, the smart money in this would be to back under 3.5. Or maybe under 4.5. There's not going to be more than maybe 2 in this. There might be 1, there might be 2, but there ain't going to be loads more. Oh, Isak, chance for Newcastle. Oh, blocked by his own player. That was a really big chance for Newcastle. They're in again. That's foul, maybe a penalty. Is there a pen? Oh, I tell you what, Villa looked all over at sea there at the back. Newcastle causing absolute chaos. It was Isak with the ball across the face of goal. It comes out to Livramento. He has a shot. I think it's blocked by his own teammate. And then it's Asensio dallying at the edge of the area. Somehow, Tonali wins it back. And as he gets it back, I think he ends up falling over himself. There's not really a foul there. Here's Rodgers. Back into Watkins. Watkins with the short. Left. Oh, it's a penalty! Must be a penalty! Must be a penalty! Must be! He's give a goal kick. What is going on here? There's a check. There is a check. That's a penalty. That is a penalty, ref. Ollie Watkins is driving. He's driving forward. Morgan Rogers passes it to him. Fabian Schär, he's got him square. He stands him up. Let's see. It's a dive. I got it wrong. It's a dive. It's an absolute dive. That should be a yellow card for Watkins. That it probably should even. I don't like that. Should send him off. That's wrong. That's a dive. No, that's a dive. That is a dive. Listen, I got it wrong. I'm big enough to put my hands up there and say I thought that was a penalty. I thought it was nailed on. Absolute nailed on penalty. I got it bang wrong. Absolutely wrong. That was a dive. It was a dive. $42. How much did you put on for that 8.5k win? Annoyingly, £2.50. £2.50 I put on. It's so frustrating because when it was like getting close to the end, I had to make a decision on do I stick it out and see, leave it or cash out. And I always tended to leave it. I don't like cash outs. I always feel like cash outs, the bookie always wins. But yeah, I put £2.50 on, and I always think to this day, I wonder, should have put 20 quid on that. But it was one of them stupid long form 20 folds. But I've done that maybe 3 times now. I've won about 9 grand or 8, whatever that was, 8.5, 8. I won about 6.5 nearly 12 months ago. So I'm probably due one, actually. I'm probably due dropping a big one like that. Yeah, no, that was definitely not a penalty in hindsight. I thought that was a penalty at first. Me too. I definitely thought it was a penalty at first. Bruno, we need to close Watkins down. He's been battering us. I mean, you're losing. It's not even necessarily Watkins, mate. It's the midfield battle you're losing today. That's the really surprising thing that I was going to say earlier, just before the ball got played over the top. Just before the ball got played over where Shah dragged Watkins down. I don't think it's necessarily Watkins that's causing Newcastle the most problems. It's Tielemans, it's Boubacar Kamara, it's McGinn, it's Morgan Rogers floating in that little half space. That setup is absolutely killing Newcastle. Joe Linton, Bruno, Tonali, they don't know where to go. Tonali is drifting wide. He tends to be picking up. It seems like he's always picking up Matty Cash on the left. Bruno seems to be always far right. He seems to be kind of where maybe Martson is. Oh no, Matty Cash messes it up. Isak's in the area. He's dragged him wide. That might just be a bit, yeah, the chance is gone. Isak cuts inside. Good bit of defending there by John McGinn. And I think we might be near half-time now. There's 10 seconds to go. But yeah, I think it's the midfield battle. It has. It's been the midfield battle. It's not really been Ollie Watkins per se. Watkins has been very good. But you've got to look at the midfield battle and the ball getting into Watkins. How often has the ball got into Watkins in a shitload of space? That's been the problem. Watkins has been picking the ball up and just been able to turn and run at the Newcastle defence probably 3 or 4 times. And that's where the first goal comes from that. The penalty claim just then came from that. The ball over the top where Shah drags him down came from the Newcastle midfield standing off the Villa. I can't remember who it was who played it over. It was Konza, wasn't it? Just standing off Villa because they didn't press him, which they usually would. They stood off him and it gave him space in behind. It feels like it's so tight in that little area of the pitch. The Villa midfield aren't pressing up, but they're not dropping deep either. It's just such a mad setup. Corian Rogers has been dancing. He's done really well. He has done really, really well. Let me just stop the clock. Right, we're half time. Villa 1, Newcastle 1. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that it's 1-1 between these two teams. It's Villa have battered them. Villa have absolutely battered them. And it really should be down to 10 men. Newcastle, they should be down to 10 men. Alas, no. Ridiculous. Yeah. Right. Let's see what other scores we've got going on across Europe at the moment. There's not really an awful lot going on. Mallorca, obviously, for Ben. Göztepe have equalised against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Besiktas. Just a reminder as well, by the way, about tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to do Manchester United against Wolves at 2 o'clock. So we'll be live from 1 o'clock again tomorrow. 1 o'clock live for Manchester United Wolves. And straight after that, we've got Leicester City against Liverpool. We'll be live doing the watch-along for the champions-elect Liverpool, who I'm not sure if they can send Leicester down tomorrow. It can't be far off that, to be honest. Leicester are 17 points from safety as it stands, and they can they? Yeah, they can. If Liverpool beat Leicester tomorrow, they officially confirm relegation for Leicester. So Leicester will be gone. Even still, they'd have to win all of their remaining games and hope Wolves don't pick up a point to stay up as it stands, Leicester. But yeah, we'll be live for both of those games tomorrow. Corin, don't worry, and Emery talk will get Villa going. I don't think they need to get going, do they? They just need to keep playing. They need to keep going. They're doing so well. 42. What is the best thing to bet on in terms of like BTTS cards result? I'm probably the wrong person to ask on that, mate. I don't bet on BTTS. I don't bet on BTTS at all. Never. Or cards. And I don't do result. I always do double chance, draw no bet. I don't mind doing the occasional bet builder, but it's hard. It's hard to get, good money off that. Anthony's TRFC, LFC, Ipswich. What about Ipswich? If Ipswich lose, I think they're in a relegation zone. Oh, they're already in the relegation zone. But Leicester are definitely confirmed if they go down. Big fella, Stoke City, Newcastle win, I reckon, mate. Do you think? And good evening to you. Yes, good evening. Good to have you in the chat, mate. Missed you. And good win for you, lads, yesterday, wasn't it? Sheffield Wednesday, you beat yesterday. Yeah, I don't know about a Newcastle win. They're going to come out and they're going to really throw everything at it. They're going to really throw everything at it. AV Roberts, can you please have a shout? Can I please have a shout out? Of course you can. AV Roberts. What's good? Good to have you in the chat. Hopefully you've subscribed and you've gone to YouTube and subscribed as well. Because that's what all the cool kids do, if you didn't know by now. If Ipswich lose, I think they're in the relegation zone. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the follow, AV Roberts. Thank you very much. Mind your own. Rodgers turned some tricks, eh? Absolutely, he's done well. Caleb, such a good game. This it's been a really fast and frenetic start, hasn't it? Really fast start. I'm just looking at Tonali's clearance for this first one. He kind of puts Newcastle back in trouble and then plays everyone on. So yeah, not great from Tonali. Big fella on the pints, mate. How was your weekend been? Weekend's been brilliant so far. Starting with this game was, fantastic. We've done 10 hours of streaming yesterday for the championship. So we did Derby County and Luton. Then we did Coventry against West Brom. Then we did Sheffield United against Cardiff. And then we did Oxford against Leeds. 10 full hours of watching football yesterday live. It was unbelievable. Yes, lad, huge result for us. Yeah, it was a really big win, that, for Stoke. Takes you clear and away from relegation, doesn't it? Adam Gretton, good to have you in the chat, mate, from a neutral. How's this ref been? Poor. I cannot believe that he didn't send Schär off. That has to be a red card for Fabian Schär. I am gobsmacked that it wasn't. Absolutely gobsmacked. The fact that Schär then scores compounds that. So from a Villa fan's perspective, I would be raging. I would be absolutely raging. He's been great for Newcastle, right? Yeah, absolutely. He's been great for Newcastle. He's I've got to say though, Adam. I've got to say, assuming that you're a Villa fan, I don't know if you are or not, but I've got to say, I think Ollie Watkins dived. He did dive. When it happened, I immediately threw my arms up and said, I think that's a penalty. It's a nailed-on penalty. How's the ref not give that? But I think it was a dive, in hindsight. Just looking back at Watkins hitting the bar here. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's not actually Ollie. Ollie Watkins is playing well, but it's the Newcastle midfield. The Newcastle midfield has been all at sea today. They've been all at sea. Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton, they've been nowhere. That's a dive. That is a dive. It's an absolute dive from Ollie Watkins. And he should do better there. He should do better. Cardiff in big trouble. Oh yeah, Cardiff are definitely going down now. Looking at the state of how they played last night. Adam, also, how has Bruno escaped a yellow? Yeah, when Asensio knocked it through his legs, I thought that as well. I think I said that on the live. I said, I'm amazed that Bruno Guimaraes didn't get a yellow card for that. Refs have messed a few times for Villa, but it is what it is. Adam, really, Trippier got nothing on the ball. It wasn't Trippier, it was Fabian Schär. If we're talking about the same one, Fabian Schär, he dives in. He does dive in, and he gets none of the ball. You're absolutely right. But he doesn't get any of Watkins either. None of the ball, none of Watkins, and Watkins dives. It's a very clear dive, I promise you. It's a dive, Adam. You can't give penalties for that. There has to be, I think, a higher standard for penalties. I don't want to see penalties given for that. It's a dive. You know, maybe if we're talking about if the world's fair. If the world is fair, then Fabian Schär gets sent off. He never scores that goal, and Villa are still winning this game. So if we're going to talk about what's fair, then maybe a soft penalty going in Villa's favour, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Schär giving away a soft penalty. I can live with that. But it wasn't a penalty. It was not a penalty. That's, from me as a neutral, with no skin in the game, I don't care who wins either way. That wasn't a penalty. Watkins jumped before Schär made contact. If he didn't jump early, that would be given. Soft. And again, you can't say if he didn't jump. There was no contact. There's no contact. Schär doesn't touch him. Yes, he doesn't get any of the ball, but he doesn't touch him. And I don't think that's a pen. I don't think that's a pen. You can't give penalties for that. You can't. You've got to have a higher standard for penalties. It's it's maddening that to see Ollie Watkins do that as well. He's better than that. He's had a hell of a game. He's had a great half. The last thing you want to see is him diving. Adam, soft, but you see him given for certain teams. End of. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The oldest favourites in the league. That nonsense. It'd get given at Anfield. It'd get given at Anfield. That'd get given at Old Trafford. That drift. It's absolute nonsense. The amount of bad decisions that we've had as a Liverpool fan, the amount of shite we've had from referees, and yet some fans still insist that there's some sort of a bias at the top end of the league. It's madness. Ben settled the bet, then 93rd minute, Southampton equalised. Adam, come on, you really think there's no favouritism in the league? How's the favouritism, Adam? How is the favouritism? Talk me through how there's favouritism in the league. Oh, well, look, what I see is bad referees. That's what I see. I see very poor referees who make bad decisions against all teams. I see Liverpool getting goals ruled out that the referees admitted were goals on the pitch and yet were still ruled out. I've seen nailed on penalties where studs have been in players' chests that the referees have come out after the game and said, yeah, it was a penalty. Potentially costing Liverpool titles. I've seen all sorts over recent years for Liverpool. I've seen Arsenal get many decisions go against them. I've seen City get decisions go against them that were insane as well. So I don't believe for any Man United decisions, for example. What Man United decisions? Name which one are we talking about here? Which one are we talking about? I think there's pressure. I think, but people are human beings, aren't they? Like referees are human beings. And how long have you got? Well, we've got half time. We've got some time. Give us, you've got a few minutes. Give me a Manchester United decision that you think shows clear favouritism, or because I think what you're more likely to point out is just a bad decision that went in Man United's favour. Because for every one you can point out, I'm sure you can point out ones that didn't go in their favour. And it really does just boil down to, mate, it does just boil down to, referees are human beings. They make shitloads of errors. We all do, right? And It's infuriating. It's frustrating. They're not consistent. I get all that. I get it. But I just can't believe, I can't believe that there's an actual conspiracy of referees getting conspiring to give Man United penalty. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. What you might have is referees who feel certain pressures, for example, who are a little bit more likely to give a penalty if they are in front of a home end, for example, and a team are chasing a title or trying to escape relegation or whatever, and the crowd is noisy and the players are around you pointing and shouting. There's referees who are susceptible to pressure, and they can give decisions. That's why I think VAR's really important. But Vidic versus Villa, Wembley League Cup. Fucking hell, mate, how far back you going? Vidic against Villa in a League Cup final. Fernandes penalty for him standing on Conte. There's 2 quick ones. Least conceded penalties. I just don't think there's any sort of issue with that. I again, believe me, if there was anything indicating a conspiracy in favour of Manchester United, I'd be all for it. As a Liverpool fan, I'd be shouting it from the rooftops. I'd be on your side. I just don't see it, mate. Ben, are you doing Las Palmas key? TBC. I don't know. TBC. I might do. Listen, Adam, I absolutely agree with you. There's bad decisions. There's bad decisions that have gone in favour of teams against Villa. But you can't say the referee's been paid or the referees. I think we see an awful lot of incompetence from referees and inconsistency, and weak referees as well. That's a bigger problem in the Premier League. Weak referees. Do it. You're doing Atleti. I'll see. We'll make a decision. Closer to full time. I'll see how I'm feeling. I do quite fancy watching a little bit of La Liga. I'd have to make the thumbnail. But why not? Yeah, we might do it. I might do it. It's Saturday night. I'd have to have my tea on camera. It'd have to be like a Premier League dad mukbang. Because I've my teas downstairs. I've got a jacket potato and something, I don't know, that's been made for me. I got a text halfway through this game saying your tea's ready if you want to come downstairs, and I was like, I'm streaming and I'm not going get any, so I'll have to have it cold in a bit. Dinner with Prem Dad. Yeah, this is it. So it'll have to be a Kieran Prem Dad mukbang or whatever, where I'm just eating on telly, on YouTube, on wherever you're watching me. But yeah, I'm game for doing a bit of Atleti Las Palmas. Go on, we'll do it. Why not? Come dine with Prem Dad. Right, we're getting ready for the second half here now. Again, don't forget, I'm going to keep reminding you tomorrow, make sure you've got your subscribers, your subscribe button hit. Make sure you've been and followed. Make sure you've liked and all that sort of stuff on X, on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Make sure you've subscribed and followed, because we're live tomorrow from 1 p.m, Man United against Wolves, and we're live straight after for Leicester City against Liverpool. Can Liverpool send Leicester City down? We're off and underway here at Villa Park again for the second half. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 1. It was a fast start in the first half. Will it be a fast start in the second? Right, let's turn that up. Trippier out wide to Livramento. Do we think Livramento could make a break into the England team, by the way? It feels like he started to pick up some real form down that left side. And look, I know they've got Lewis Skelly there now, who seems to have kind of claimed that place as his own. But there's Lewis Hall, who has picked up a big injury. I think Livramento's more of a right-sided player, isn't he, as well? So maybe Lewis Hall comes back in and he gets it. But do we think Livramento could make stake a claim in the England squad as a fullback, whether it's left back or right? The fact that he can play both sides would seem to indicate he'd be an asset to Thomas Tuchel, wouldn't it? Emery should have made some substitutions. No subs for either side. Yeah, no subs for either side. What does video quality mean? Video quality. Are you talking about on YouTube or on TikTok? I don't know. Video quality in what sense? Konza is highly underrated, I think. On TikTok. I don't know. Where does it even say video quality? I don't know, Anthony. I have no idea. I mean, we should be in 4K. You press on the arrow. Right, which arrow? Oh, video quality. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you can view in original. Oh, okay. I didn't even know you could do that. That makes sense. You can. I guess it just means how. It just means how good you want to see me, mate. In how many pixels do you want to see me? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't advise. Try and make it as fuzzy as possible for your own sake. But you can, yeah, you can improve the quality if it means anything to you. Konza is highly underrated, I think. He's another one who could be maybe. I mean, he has been involved with the England squad, hasn't he? That's really smart play there from Newcastle to get out, and Isak dropped back into his own half to clear this away. Give it away now again, Isak. Good play by John McGinn to win it back. I tell you, the more I see Isak, the more I'm thinking he's just not worth this 150 million quid. He's not worth it. We need to go and get some proper centre forwards in at Liverpool. We're desperate for some real centre forwards. Not a big time Charlie from Newcastle for 150 million quid. No chance. You can keep him. Didn't Tyrone Mings get that season-ending injury on the first day against Villa? Against Villa? I don't know. He was. It's Newcastle. Yeah. Dex Wong. It's Cherky 2-2. What are we saying now? I'm saying that Bilbao are going to knock you out, lad. What are you saying? What are you saying, Dex? Versus Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember all that. I can't remember whether he did or not. I remember him getting a big injury, but I couldn't tell you who it was against. Couldn't tell you who it was against. Oh, that's good play. Matty Cash, corner to Villa. Very good play, that by Matty Cash. Really, really good play, actually. Unlucky. Really unlucky. John McGinn running across the face of goal. Gets a shot in. Nick Pope straight behind. Right, corner to Villa. 50 minutes in. Nick Pope always looks terrified, doesn't he? Like he's a proper seasoned goalkeeper. He's been around the block. You know, he's played a number of Premier League games now, and he just always looks like a kid, terrified. Oh, that might be a big chance here. Oh. Newcastle get it away. There might have been a chance for a counter attack there if they'd have got it right, but sadly they give it away again, and Villa come back. How did McGinn not score? I mean, it was a tight angle, wasn't it? Really tight angle. Cash down the right-hand side. You're not getting past Livramento like that. Oh, Livramento loses his footing. It's gone behind for a corner. Unlucky. Really unlucky, that. J&N, Villa selling RN. RN? Who's RN? Corin should have done a Cody Gakpo against United. Yeah. Did you see Jacob Murphy's goal against Palace, by the way? How have we not spoke about that? What do you mean selling right now? Selling what? Yeah, did you see Jacob Murphy's goal against Palace? Oh, it's off the line. Martin, what are you doing? Oh, I tell you what. Big chance there for Villa. It was a corner. It was a flick on at the near post. It was cleared off the line. It was cleared off the line. And it came out to Martin. And somehow he slices his shot. He ends up going behind him. It was a flick. It was going wide. It was going wide. Tonali didn't clear it off the line. It was going wide, that one. I don't know what you mean, selling right now. How are they selling the game? What does that mean? Mate, I'm old. You need to speak clear English for me to understand. I don't know what selling the game means. Come on, I need a goal, Villa. Villa are pushing forward, mate. They've got a real chance. They have got a real chance. They've started the second half probably as well as they started the first. Newcastle just look... It's the midfield of Newcastle. They just look all over the place. They look really disjointed. Really disjointed. Emiliano Martinez with good footwork there to get it away to Konza. Good. Do you know what? John McGinn is so underrated. Oh, what was that? Why have you stopped there? John McGinn did really well there. I'm not sure why he stopped. Corin, when is Paqueta going to get that life ban? I don't know, actually. I'll have a look. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Is this the last game of the day? It's the last Premier League game of the day, yeah. Although I have just been convinced to do a watch-along for Las Palmas against Atletico Madrid at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to stick around and stream again for that one. Atletico Madrid. Yeah. If you fancy sticking around for that one later. J&N, they should be winning at the very least. They're doing well. Yeah, they're doing well. They're playing well. They deserve to be ahead. That's really good play. And the refs dragged it back for a free kick. That wasn't a foul on Jacob Murphy. Wasn't a foul. Right, let's have a quick look at Paqueta, you say. Paqueta trial. Lucas Paqueta. West Ham star so desperate to rejoin his former club that he's willing to take a big pay cut. This is from Hammers News. Lucas Paqueta has endured a turbulent 2 years. It's been claimed that Paqueta faces a lifetime ban if he's found guilty of the spot-fixing charges levelled against him. West Ham could sell Paqueta for just 20 million if he does indeed avoid punishment for his alleged breaches. And now, Flamengo in Brazil. Aston Villa are in here. It's a great block. It's gone out. Should it be a corner? No. Yeah, Flamengo are in talks to sign Paqueta, apparently, to sign him back. So he may be going back to Brazil. Do you think Gakpo and Diaz have fallen off? I think they both have, and Salah lately. I don't think it's just them. I think all three. Oh, well, the entire Liverpool team have. The entire Liverpool team have. Bruno Guimaraes has got to get a yellow card here now, surely. How many times? How many times? Asensio spins away from him again. And it's on Asensio. Every time he's got past him, he's dragged him down. That's got to be a yellow. And it's not. It's not. The referee's not doing it. J&N, who is your teammate? Oh, who is your... I was thinking, who's my teammate? I haven't got a teammate. Who's my team? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Liverpool fan. So I'll be live tomorrow for Liverpool. I'm live tomorrow for Manchester United as well against Wolves. But I watch all football, as you've probably gathered. So we're watching Las Palmas against Atletico Madrid in a couple of hours. Well, an hour and 15 minutes that kicks off. So as soon as this finishes, I'll have to get a thumbnail done up and we'll watch a bit of Las Palmas. Ball into the box, cleared away. It was Tyrone Mings actually who gets that all wrong, and over the bar it goes. Goal kick to Newcastle. It's maybe not been as lively a start in the second half as we were hoping for. There's a little part of me actually that thinks that maybe a draw would suit both of these teams, and actually they might come away from this thinking, do you know what? A draw's probably not the worst result, is it? A draw keeps Newcastle in third. It keeps Villa in sixth. It keeps them both kind of in the fight. Villa probably more need the win than Newcastle do. Yeah, Villa probably more pressing for it than Newcastle, because of the pressure that they'll feel from your Chelseas, and they've still got to keep the pressure on Forest. Because as it stands, if Villa don't win this, if it stays 1-1, Villa will be 2 points behind Forest, and Forest will have a game in hand. So, in theory, if Forest were to beat Spurs on Monday night, Villa could be 5 points off Champions League place. 5 points off a Champions League place. So it does all of a sudden look quite big, doesn't it, if they don't win this now, Villa. If they don't win this, a wrong, oh, here we go. There's a check for something here. What's it for? Bruno Guimaraes. Again, Bruno Guimaraes gone straight through the back of John McGinn there. How's he not on a yellow? Villa will probably go back to 7th because of Chelsea. I think Fulham are going to do Chelsea tomorrow. I think Fulham get something there. Craven Cottage is a very difficult place to go. I think Fulham get something, at least a point anyway. But I think you're right. I think Villa do have to win. A win here just keeps Villa kind of it in their hands. If they lose or draw, then it really does make a real problem for them, because again, looking at that Forest result on Monday against Spurs, if Forest were to beat Spurs, and bearing in mind Spurs will have all eyes on Europe, 5 points seems a lot of ground to make up, especially with how many games left? 5 games. 5 points they'd have to make up in 5 games. I'm not sure they do that. I am not sure that they do that. Corin, Fulham are good v the big teams, but not good against small teams. So what are you saying they'll do against Chelsea? I'm not sure what you're saying there. Does that mean Chelsea are a small team? Corin, I think Spurs and Forest draw. Look, even 3 points. What's the goal difference like for Villa and Forest? So Villa are +3. Forest are +13. So it's almost, it's like an extra point, isn't it, that goal difference? It's like an extra point. Yeah, so I think, do you know what? Villa have to win here. I'm changing my position the more I'm thinking about it. Villa have to win. They absolutely have to win. Anything other than a win. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, it's a great save from Pope as well. What are you doing, Itty? Oh, Sensio straight at Pope. John McGinn with the miss. It was Rodgers, with the second shot, but McGinn got played through. It was a lovely ball by Kamara. Good run from McGinn. And with his left foot, he just hits it at Pope. Straight at him. And then it comes back out to Morgan Rodgers, who kind of dillies and dallies and doesn't quite get it right. And he hits it straight at Nick Pope again. So, Forest have been poor the last few matches. They have been poor the last few matches. I agree with you. However, I still think it's just so risky for Villa that even a point, even if Forest were to get a point against Spurs, 3 points, effectively 4 points, is so difficult to make up in 5 games. And I just wonder whether or not Villa can do it. A win here just does give him that little bit of a cushion. Corin, it's so tight in that Champions League race. Absolutely, yeah. 42, get Rashi on. Get Rashi on. They'll need something. Rashi, Marlon. They need to change something. 30 minutes or so left. Konza needs to go up front. He scored the other day. Cash flying forward here. Here's Boubacar. Kamara into Tielemans. Here's Guimaraes. Driving forward. Trippier asking for it. Back to Jacob Murphy. Into Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes into Joe Linton. Great play. Bruno Guimaraes has to have a shot. Isaac. Oh, it's a good save. That's much better. That's much, much better. Bruno Guimaraes claiming for a penalty here for some reason. I mean, he's the last player on the pitch who should be claiming anything from that referee. He's had a field day from that ref. Oh, that's a yellow now, surely. That's a yellow. And that might be a red. It should be a red. He's a little rat him, isn't he? He's a little rat him. He's chased back and just kicked a Villa midfielder for no reason at all there. He was screaming at the ref 30 seconds before that. Let's just see. He gets into the area. You're not getting a penalty for that. That's madness. And he comes back and he just kicks through. Tielemans went down. That was a bit of a dive from Tielemans as well. 42, McTominay kept Napoli in the title race. Yeah. Corin never a pen. It wasn't a pen. 42 who? It was Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes picked the ball up, drove into the area, passed the ball off, and Kamara had dived into to try and block the shot, assuming he was going to have a shot. Here's Martin. Must be. It's there. What a goal. What a finish, Ian Maatsen. That's wonderful play by Villa. It's wonderful play. There you go. 2-1 to Villa. Ian Maatsen. That's wonderful. That's a brilliant goal. A brilliant counter-attacking goal. And Villa needed that. They needed it. They deserve it. They've been the best team on the day so far. Newcastle have been nowhere. And it was a simple overlap. And Ian Maatsen flying forward. And do you know what? And that comes from Unai Emery. Because nowhere else in the Premier League have we seen that as often as we have Aston Villa. Look how high the fullbacks are. Ian Maatsen getting into the area. It's so good. It's so good. Asensio into Watkins. Watkins has got Maatsen on the overlap. And he just rolls it into his path. And it's a lovely finish. That's a really, really good finish. Get in. Very good finish. User, get in the boys. 42, yes. F Newcastle. Great goal. People in the chat absolutely loving it. It's a great goal, that. It's a really, really good goal. A fabulous goal. Corin, we all want Villa, let's be honest. Well, that does just change the picture. That does just change the picture at the top. Because it means now that Villa are level on points with Forest. And now it means that Forest probably have to go to Spurs and win. Because, I mean, look, Chelsea, if they were to get a win tomorrow against Fulham, then Nottingham Forest could go into that game against Spurs. Maybe they may end up as little as, well, they might end up in 7th. Forest could be in 7th by the end of the weekend. Oh, that was a bit of a naughty one. Who was that? Trippier. Poof. Regan, who scored the second for Villa. It was Ian Maatsen. It was an assist from Ollie Watkins. So Watkins has got one and assisted the other. Anthony Gordon has come on for Newcastle, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. Anthony Gordon came on for Jacob Murphy. We've not had any other changes so far. We're 66 minutes, nearly 67 minutes in. Watkins looks like his old self this game. He does, doesn't he? He looks like he's really got the bit between his teeth. Really good tackle from Ian Martin. He's having a good game as well. Martin looking like the left back that Villa signed. The left back that we saw reach the Champions League final with Dortmund. He kind of, it feels like the first half of the season he didn't quite have it there. He preferred Luca Dean there, and it feels like Martin now is just kicking on and establishing himself in that Villa side. So it's good to see him get forward. Newcastle have actually only got 3 players booked. Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton got booked in the first half, and obviously Fabian Schär somehow inexplicably got booked as well when he should have been red carded. So they've only got those 3 booked. Anthony Gordon will score. He's another one he likes ruffling the opposition up, doesn't he? Lots of links with Liverpool again with Anthony Gordon as well this season. This summer. He's not had a particularly strong season for Newcastle. Certainly not as good as his season last year. Last year he got 21 goals and assists in 35 games. This season just 11 goals and assists in 28. So he's been half as good this season. So maybe Liverpool could get a bargain if we went back in for Anthony Gordon. Maybe we could go and get Gordon and Isak. Take the 2 best players off him. Ish. Martin, really good pressing there. Bruno Guimaraes wins it back. We're into the last 20 minutes or so now. 20 plus added time. Newcastle will feel a certain pressure to get back into this because, again, looking at the league table, they are still only themselves 2 points ahead of Villa now. Barnes into the box, good block, cleared away. Well done, Aston Villa. Yeah, Villa are in 6th. Do you know what? If Chelsea were to win tomorrow, seriously, if Chelsea were to win tomorrow, there would be a 2-point gap between 3rd and 7th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 5 teams, 2-point gap. And only 3 of them 5 teams would get Champions League football. That is the end to the season that we're all paying for. That is the end to the season that we all wanted. Those 5 teams all competing for 3 Champions League places. And 2 of them will get the booby prize of Europa League or Conference League football. And yeah, it could well be that. That might well be what we're looking at tomorrow night. 5 games left of the season. 5 teams with 2 points separating them. Wow. Shame PGMOL handed Liverpool the title. Listen, again, we were 9 points clear in December. We've been top all season. We've absolutely smashed everyone in the league. Here's Isak. Good turn by Isak. That's the first bit of play we've seen from him, to be honest. Gordon getting into the box. Pulls it back. Corner to Newcastle. 42, have a day off. What's the fixtures looking like? Let's just have a quick look at the fixtures between now and the end of the season, actually. Newcastle's remaining Premier League fixtures are Ipswich at home. I think that's 3 points. That's 3 points. They've then got Brighton away. I think Brighton could get something there. They've then got Chelsea at home, one of their rivals for those top 6, top 5 positions. So Brighton away, Chelsea at home. I don't know if Newcastle gets 6 points there. And then they've got to go to Arsenal away. Arsenal away on the 18th of May, second to last game of the season. That's Arsenal's final home game. Arsenal's final home game. Now, it might be Arsenal's final home game of the season before a Champions League final. And if it is, Arsenal will not play too many of their stars, I would imagine. You never know what's going to happen with that one. But I still think, looking at it, they'll have Brighton away, Chelsea at home. There's 2 out of those 5 fixtures, and they've got Everton at home last day of the season. they'll smash Everton. They'll pump Everton, no problem, at St James's Park. And they'll pump Ipswich at St James's Park. But Brighton away and Chelsea at home, that's two very, very difficult ones. JNN, I called it before minute 75. You did. And let's have a look at Villa's fixtures to the end of the season. Villa have got Manchester City away next week. We'll definitely be live for that one. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff next week. They've obviously got their FA Cup game as well. But Villa have got Fulham at home. I think they can do that one. They've got Bournemouth away. That's a tough one. Tottenham at home. They'll win that one, no problem. Fulham at home, Tottenham at home, they'll win. And then they've got the last day of the season, Villa travel to Old Trafford against Manchester United. And again, it's probably a Manchester United side that maybe are either in a Europa League final, so they'll be resting players, or it'll be a Manchester United side that are absolutely shattered from going out to Bilbao. Which will it be? So there's loads there. There's absolutely loads for Villa to... There's a couple of tough fixtures for both Villa and Newcastle. Let's take a quick look at Forest's fixtures between now and the end of the season. Obviously, Tottenham on Monday. They've then got Brentford at home, Palace away, Villa. Oh, it's 3! It's 3-1! Yuri Tielemans, how's that gone in? How has that gone in? Is it an own goal? I think it's an own goal from Dan Burn. They shot down the left-hand side here, Villa. It was just, again, it's a simple ball across the face of goal. Yuri Tielemans is running into the 6-yard box. It looks like Dan Burn. I think it goes in off his shins. It just trickles in at the near post. It's Dan Burn. It's Dan Burn, and it's 3-1 Villa. That's it. That's a big defeat for Newcastle there. What is that going to mean in the context of the season? Jacob Ramsey, wonderful play. Gets down the left-hand side. Wonderful. Yeah, it's a Dan Burn own goal, and that's it. That is it. Jordan, thank you very much for the follow. Adam corrupt refs, eh? Hey, listen, I'm glad you've won it in the end, mate. You've deserved it. Yeah, do you know what? Yuri Tielemans doesn't even touch that. It's come off Dan Burn's heel and gone in at the near post. It's wrong-footed. Nick Pope. It's gone in 3-1. There you go. Game over. Game over. Newcastle 3. Villa 3, Newcastle 1. Unbelievable. Let's just have another look, at the fixtures we were talking about. Forest have got Tottenham away. They've then got the FA Cup semi-final against City. They finished the season with Brentford at home, Palace away, Leicester at home, West Ham away, Chelsea at home. I think Forest have got probably the kindest fixtures. Villa are in again here. It's 4. Has he done it? No, it's not quite. Ramsey, clear it, hit it, Onana. What a goal! What a finish! What an absolute screamer! What an absolute screamer from Amadou Onana. There you go. That's one Onana who knows how to play football. What an absolute screamer that is. He smashed that into the net. I knew that was going to be 4-1 before that. Villa are just all over these, and now this scoreline is reflective of the actual performance. Newcastle have been battered today, make no bones about it. Newcastle have been absolutely battered. It's been one-way traffic. The fact that it was 1-1 at half-time was a godsend. Newcastle have been terrible today, and Villa have been terrific. They give the ball away there in their own penalty area, Newcastle. Asensio, is it Asensio running in? He gets it. No, it's Rashford. No, it's not. It's Morgan Rogers. Oh, my God. Morgan Rogers was clean through, and he recycles it well. It comes out to Onana. What a finish that is. What an unbelievable finish that is. He lays it off to the edge of the area, and I have Everton fans telling me that they ripped Aston Villa off for Amadou Onana. And I say it time and time again. This kid, he's not even scratched the surface on how good he can be. He's such a talented player. He's a very, very good player, Amadou Onana. It's a great finish. And I think once he starts playing regularly and starts getting a bit of fitness in that Villa midfield, he'll be a real asset to him next season. I think he'll be playing Champions League football next year. I'm calling it now. Aston Villa, and he might be an FA Cup winner just yet as well. Amadou Onana with the 4th for Newcastle. For Villa against Newcastle. Oh. An absolute finish, that one. They're in again here. Right, Newcastle have really rang the changes here. Trippier off for Kraft, Isak for Wilson, and Barnes off for Willock. I think this is about as good as... It's effectively the manager saying, or Tyndall saying, I think that's us done there, lads. I think we better just call it a day and focus on the Ipswich game next week. And that's the frustrating thing now, isn't it? Look, Villa have absolutely battered them. Newcastle have had their arse handed to them today. And they'll play Ipswich next week at St James's and probably beat them 5-6-0. And all the fans will crow again and say, what an unbelievable team we are. We're going to win. We're going to win the lot next year. Why would Isak want to leave? I'll tell you why he'd want to leave. Because you get turned over at Villa Park. That's why. Check the Chelsea fixtures, by the way. Yeah, go on, we'll do Chelsea. Sorry, I forgot. I don't want to just do Forest, Villa and Newcastle. Let's have a look at Chelsea's fixtures to the end of the season. So, they've got Fulham away, tough. They've got Everton at Stamford Bridge, again, tough. I think Everton have got a decent record at Stamford Bridge as well. They've got Djurgården in the playoffs, in the Conference League. That's probably... Every time I start talking about fixtures, Villa nearly score. They've got Djurgården's home and away in the Conference League. Kamara hit that. Oh. Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. I mean, they'll be giving us a guard of honour in that one. And then they finish the season, Chelsea, with Newcastle away, United at home, Forest away. Yeah, Chelsea are in real trouble. I think Chelsea might be one of the ones who drop out. Chelsea might be one of the ones that drop out of those Champions League places based on those fixtures. Ramsey off the post. Oh, this could have been a cricket score. This could have been 7 or 8. It genuinely could have been 7 or 8. It's an unbelievable performance from Villa. And Newcastle are just all over the shop. They're all over the shop. Can't believe what we've witnessed here. I knew there'd be atmosphere and goals in this one. I knew we'd see two good teams going at it. I didn't think we'd see such a one-sided fixture. I really didn't think we'd see such a one-sided fixture. It's been so... I can't even explain how Newcastle have... They've not done anything in the game that's like hurt. They've not got into any positions that would hurt Villa. They've had one long ball into the box, which Fabian Schär knocked in. Other than that, they've been smashed. Still third, so it doesn't affect us that much. Listen. You say you're still third, mate, but you've got 2 points between you and Villa now. 2 points potentially, depending on what happens with Chelsea and Fulham tomorrow. You might only be 2 points off 7th. So there's an awful lot still going on between now and the end of the season. You're in a good position, but this has got to alarm Newcastle fans. Surely, this has got to alarm you. This sort of a performance. As I say, there's a way of winning. There's a way of losing. I think you can lose games. Losing at Villa Park, there's no problem with losing at Villa Park. Losing at Villa Park, there's no shame in it. Villa are a very good side. But there's a way to lose football matches. And this isn't it. This is not it. I think Unai might be showing Arsenal. We should have given him time. I'd much rather be watching Unai Emery football than Arteta ball. Dylan, we have been poor, but we can't win them all. That's true. No, you can't. But this is about as bad as I've seen Newcastle. Do you know what? Actually, let's be straight. Newcastle have had these moments. Newcastle got battered by Bournemouth a few months ago at St James's Park. They've got these performances in them, haven't they? These, just where you get absolutely mashed. There's a few times I've seen it happen. It's unbelievable. They're not just defeats, they're real soul-sapping defeats. Let's have a look at City's fixtures between now and the end of the season. City have got Aston Villa next week. That'll be an interesting one. We'll watch that one. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff next week. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. Oh, it's midweek, isn't it? We've got midweek Premier League football this week. No Champions League, so we're going to have to decide what we're doing there. Oh, what are we going to do? Round of 34? Oh, we are bang in trouble. Oh, no, we're not. We're fine. We're fine. 20... Oh, it's Tuesday night. There you go. Tuesday night, we've got Manchester City against Aston Villa. Perfect. Perfect. That's easy. Right, so, yeah, they've got they've got Aston Villa at home at the Etihad. At the Etihad on Tuesday night. That'll be massive. So we'll see how that goes. Then City have got Wolves at home. I think they'll win that one. Southampton away. That might be double figures. Then they've got Bournemouth at the Etihad. And they finish up with Fulham at Craven Cottage last day of the season. Villa are making some changes. Barkley, Rashford and Marlon on for Kamara, Watkins and Rodgers. 42, under 4.5, eh? That's why I don't bet. I know, and I said under 3.5, actually, if you remember. I said under 3.5 might be a good one. Or maybe under 4.5, just to keep it safe. Silly. Very, very silly. Zach Clips, last time I checked, it was 1-1. It's been a great second half. Really good second half. Arsenal v Ipswich tomorrow. Yeah, we're not going to be watching that one, though. We'll let you watch that one for us, Reese. You can keep us filled in on how they're getting on in that one. But we'll be watching, hopefully, Wolves batter United to burst the bubble. Anthony, TRFC, and they got Forest in the Cup. Yes, they do. Yeah. 42, FA Cup winner gets Europa, or am I completely wrong? No, 42, you're right, yeah, FA Cup winner does get Europa. But if they have already finished in the top 6, then the Europa position drops down another place. So, Palace won't finish in the top 6. Forest, City and Villa probably will, we would argue, maybe. So, assuming Palace don't win the FA Cup, chances are the Europa League position drops down to 7th and the Conference League position drops down to 8th, which means that maybe one of the likes of Bournemouth or Brighton might do it as well. I'm also led to believe that if Chelsea win the Conference League, the Europa League position drops down again to 8th and the Conference League position drops down to 9th, which means it would open it up for other teams, you know, the likes of maybe Brentford, who won today. Fulham, Bournemouth, etc., etc. So there's lots of things still going on that could affect where the league positions and what they result in. Yusuf Asfal Villa are villing. Ipswich winning coming tomorrow, Kane. I hope so, that'd be nice. It's fine, Arteta will probably play the under-15s. Leo John, how did the City game go? The City game finished 2-0 to City. Everton 0, City 2. It was a crap game, to be honest, mate. It was really poor. But it finished 2-0. They scored 2 late on. And Everton could probably feel hard done by. I think Everton were maybe not the better team, but they were full value for a point. And then what happened was James Tarkowski... Well, what happened was Michael Keane happened. James Tarkowski went off with a calf injury, probably ended his season, I would imagine. He's not going to come back and play anymore. Oh, Villa have got in again. They're in again here. Daniel Marlin's in behind. Oh, good play. Unlucky. Really unlucky. Yeah, the City team weren't brilliant today. And then Michael Keane came on for James Tarkowski. He nearly gave a goal away. He then fouled Marmoush within a minute or two of coming on and got a booking. And then, yeah, he had an absolute howler. Let Nico O'Reilly run for the first one and cost City a goal. Cost Everton a goal. And from then on, yeah, Kovacic's finish for the second was pretty good. So, City run out 2-0 winners. It looked a lot more comfortable than it was, I would say. Everton were not bad at all today. But yeah, a 4-1 defeat for Newcastle. That's certainly got to hurt. Certainly got to hurt. And it'll be interesting to see how Chelsea get on tomorrow. With that game against Fulham. Right, corner to Newcastle. Gordon with the ball in. It's gone all the way out. Oh, that's poor from Newcastle. Really, really poor. Kane, every time you say someone will batter United, they win. I can't help that. I can't help that. Craig, 4-1, bloody Nora. Yeah, no kidding. Bruno Guimaraes already on a yellow card. I tell you what, they've got to warn him. They've got to warn him. Yeah, Craig, it's been a mad game. It's been a mad game. Villa should have been 4-1 up by half time. Migo, do you think Isak will shoot one more time? Jesus, we get some people in this chat, don't we, doing these bets? Do you think he'll get one more shot on target? No, I'll be honest, mate, Isak's been took off, I think. So Isak definitely isn't going to get one more shot on target, sorry. He's been taken off. He's got Callum Wilson on, so I don't know if you've got one of those betting companies that do sub on, play on. So, you know, Callum Wilson might get a shot on target, maybe. 42, who has the Mallorca bet? It's Ben has the Mallorca bet. How are they getting on? Please tell me they're getting beat. Are they getting beat? No, it's still 0-0. Still 0-0. I said Leganés would get something there. Still getting... Oh, I knew there'd be something there. Migo, I need Isak just to shoot. Doesn't he have to... Isak's been took off, Migo. He's not on the pitch. He's been substituted. He isn't on the pitch anymore. I think he did have him to win, yeah, 42. I think he did. I think he had him to win, and he had these two BTTS. Tonali, Gordon, out to Bruno. Yeah, sorry, Migo. He was took off about 15 minutes ago. Migo, he's going to shoot Tyndall. Yeah, look at that. They've just asked Alan Smith, who do you think the outstanding individual has been today? Who do you think he's gonna give the man of the match to today? It's only gonna be one person, isn't it? He sat on the bench there. 9 touches in the opposition box first. He got a goal and an assist. You know, scored the first, created the second. It's got to be Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, man of the match today for Aston Villa. Do you know, that's a feature that I probably should do a little bit more. The Premier League dad, man of the match. Oh, they're in here now, Newcastle. That might be a chance for him. No, very good defending that. Very good defending. Yeah, we should do our man of the match, shouldn't we? We should do like a who we gave man of the match to. That might be a little feature I should be doing. Did just give me an idea. We've got 6 minutes of added time, and we're nearly a minute into him, so another 5 to go. Marcus Rashford now driving forward. Kraft trying to keep up to him. He squared him up. Good tackle by Kraft. Joe Linton coming over to try and double up on him. Back to Matson. Villa just passing around now. Just passing off time. It's a big win for him, isn't it? A really big win. The Olays are out. The fans are getting... This is exactly the sort of reaction that they wanted after the Aston Villa, the PSG game, sorry. This is what they wanted to see. Their team coming out and fighting for European football, Champions League football next season. John McGinn, great touch. Here's Marlon, great shot. Oh, just wide of the left-hand post. Very nearly 5-1 there from Daniel Marlon. They've lacked that cutting edge today, says Alan Smith. I don't think that's fair to say they've lacked the cutting edge. I don't even think they've got in a position to use whatever cutting edge they've got. The midfield has really let them down today. That's been the big issue for Newcastle. Tonali, Joelinton, Bruno. When those three don't play, Newcastle don't play. If you can find a way to switch them off, you switch off the entire team. 42, who's your man of the match and flop of the match? Oh, Barkley, good save from Pope. Man of the match, Watkins. Flop of the match. I don't know if that's... I guess Bruno, actually. Bruno Guimaraes would probably be the one. He's just been fouling everyone, hasn't he, all game? He's not been able to get near anyone in midfield, so he's just kicked them when he's got chance. Maybe Fabian Schär as well. Fabian Schär's let his team down a little bit, but, you know, I guess he kind of got it back on, didn't he? Right, so we're entering the last 2.5 minutes. I just want to give a quick reminder that we're live tomorrow. That's another foul. Oh, it's Willock. I thought it was Bruno. Yeah, so we're live tomorrow for Man United against Wolves. We'll be live from 1 p.m. Kickoff's at 2 p.m. on that one. And we'll be live straight after for Liverpool travelling to Leicester City. Liverpool could potentially get one step closer to winning the title and confirmed as champions. If they beat Leicester City tomorrow, it confirms Leicester are relegated and they are down into the Championship. So we're gonna see how they get on tomorrow. But I am going to be live after this game as well. I've been encouraged to do a late stream tonight. For Saturday night, we're going to do Las Palmas against Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Las Palmas are... Let's just have a quick look at the lineups. I've been looking to see if Bajcetic is in there. And he is. He's in midfield. Liverpool's on loan midfielder, Serdan Bajcetic. That's one we're going to be looking out for. Plus another left back, another centre back, left back. I get depending on where you play him, but one who'll be coming to the Premier League soon. Mika Marmol, who's playing for Las Palmas. He came through the Barcelona academy. He's one to keep an eye on. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how he gets on. And Molero, of course, Alberto Molero. Lots expected of him. Dario Asugo, of course, who Chelsea are looking to sign. He's on loan from Sporting Lisbon. Might well be going to Chelsea. So Bajcetic, Asugo, Molero, Marmol, some players there who lots are expected of. Potential wonder kids in the Las Palmas side. But Atletico Madrid have still got a lot to fight for. Las Palmas have too. Las Palmas need to stay up. They are 1 point from safety at the bottom. They're 1 point behind Alaves, 5 points behind Girona. And Atletico Madrid are in third currently, but if they were to win, they'd go level on points with Real Madrid. Level on points with Real Madrid, who have been all over the place and, to be honest, are crumbling to the end of the season. So Atleti could yet finish ahead of the big rivals. I think the league title is wrapped up with that late Rafinha winner today for Barcelona. This one's wrapped up now. It's finished. Villa 4, Newcastle 1. What a performance from Aston Villa, and what a performance from Newcastle. What an odd performance from Newcastle. They've been battered again. What does that do for them in the remainder of the season? Does that knock their confidence at all? For Villa, does that spur them on now and get them right into the mix in the Champions League places? It's a really, really good game that I enjoyed. That's been the best game of the week, I would say. Well, best game of the weekend so far. Definitely not the best game of the week. The best game of the weekend, definitely Aston Villa 4, Newcastle 1. Great performance. Great goal from Amadou Onana at the end. Brilliant, brilliant performance. And, right, I'm going to wrap up the live now. I'm going to end the live. If you've not already, give us a like, give us a follow, all that good stuff. Go and find me on YouTube, at Premier League Dad, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, X, Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Premier League Dad, go and find me. And I'll be live in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, there or thereabouts, for Las Palmas against Atletico Madrid in La Liga. We'll be doing that one, and that'll be the final game of tonight ahead of tomorrow's Premier League action. So I'll be back in about 15 minutes. See you then. Enjoy your Saturday night, whatever you're doing with it.